Hey, Burkie.
Hey, Burkie.
Hey, Burkie.
Hey guys, on set in 30. Elliot, don't be late.
This beef Wellington is delicious.
Hey, Burkie, I've always wondered, how did the Gretzky to Vancouver thing come about?
So we heard Gretzky was going to be traded, and Arthur Griffiths, who's the son of Frank, the owner, Arthur comes in one day and says that Pocklington had called him, and we could get Wayne Gretzky, and it was $25 million, and Kirk McLean, and Greg Adams, and 3 first-round picks. It was crazy, the price tag. So Pat says to me, figure out if we can afford this. So I went home that night. We only had, I think, 12 suites at the Pacific Coliseum. They're stuck up on one end. So we couldn't milk any revenue out of it. I think our top ticket that year was $30. And so we're trying to figure out if we went to $35, could we cover the money? And I just could not make it work. And I didn't like the price tag. I didn't like Kirk McLean, who was a star for us. Greg Adams was a star for us.
You didn't like giving him up.
We can't do this. So I went back the next day and I said to Pat and Arthur, I said, we can't do this. I can't recover the money for one thing, but I can't justify the price. And Arthur agreed. He's like, yeah, it's too much. So they made the deal with LA, but there was a headline in the paper that Burke says no to Gretzky.
Great headline.
I would have loved to have Wayne Gretzky on my team, but I said to Pat, can you go back to Pocklington and opt for 2 first-round picks and maybe one of those players? But it was the money. I don't think LA paid 25. I think they paid more in players and $15 million cash. But we couldn't do it, and I got fried for it in the paper. I got hammered for it for saying no to Wayne Gretzky.
And that trade galvanized hockey in the United States. We still look at the effects of the Gretzky trade. We still see them now.
I remember where I was the day that John F. Kennedy was shot. I was home from school. I was sick. I remember it came on TV, John F. Kennedy assassinated. I remember where I was when Gretzky got traded. I remember thinking, this is a game changer, and it changed hockey in the United States forever.
What would it have done for Vancouver?
Just would have made us a lot better. He's such a great player. So Bob McCammon worked for Vancouver the year before he worked for us. He was our coach the first year in Vancouver. So we were playing Edmonton, and we played the night before, so we didn't skate. So Bob McCammon told me, my son Patrick used to take him out on the ice before games. Bob McCammon said, look, Edmonton's skating at 11:30, so be on the ice at 11:25. So I'm out on the ice with Patrick, no lights on, dim building, right? The TV lights aren't on, and out on the ice comes Wayne Gretzky. And he comes over and goes, hey, Mr. Burke. And I'm like, hey, Wayne, how are you? And he says, Patrick, here, let's pass the puck. My kid, he's 5 years old, skating around the ice with Wayne Gretzky. So I got off the ice. I don't belong on the ice with Wayne Gretzky. So I went and sat on the bench, and he skated around with Patrick for 5 minutes, and then Mess comes out, and Glenn Anderson comes out, and they're all coming out. So I said, Patrick, come on off the ice. But that's Wayne. I'm sure he doesn't remember. He probably did it for 1,000 kids like that, but my son will never forget that.
The fact that you left the ice when Wayne stepped on may be the most Burkiest of Burkie stories we've ever heard.
If you're Brian Burke, you can't be on the ice with Wayne Gretzky. Not for me.